So last season I watched about 14 shows, which I'll probably never do again, and the summer 2021 anime season is more of like a break season. Not a lot of shows are out there that really caught my attention. I think I'm watching about 9 shows right now, if we're counting the 3 that are continuing from spring 2021, which if you haven't watched the video on the spring 2021 anime season and what I watched, it's going to be right over here, links in the description down below, be sure you check that one out. So I'm going to be explaining the shows in no particular order that I'm watching for the summer 2021 anime season and give my thoughts and reviews just like the last one. And if you really like this types of videos, be sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and with that, let's get right into it. So continuing from spring, Tokyo Revengers has just been a super solid show. I'm really enjoying it so far, and you know, with the current arc that we're in, like the Bloody Halloween arc, I think that's what it's called. Not exactly too sure how far we are as far as the manga is concerned, but this arc has just been nuts. Every single episode leaves me at the edge of my seat, and I just want more. My only gripe with the show is that I kind of wish that they would stop doing like the recaps like in the first couple of minutes, just because I want more to happen. I feel like not enough happens with each episode. I just want more plot progression within every episode, but it's just been a great show. I'm not exactly too sure if we're gonna get like another season or anything like that, but if you haven't watched Tokyo Revengers, definitely pick it up. It's really, really good. Shaman King has still been kind of a mediocre show so far. It's not bad, but it's not good. Hopefully this tournament arc that we're in right now really pushes the show up a little bit. And we are getting a much needed character development, which is something that I craved for in my last video. So it'll be interesting to see where the show goes from here. Hopefully it'll be good. Otherwise it's just been like kind of eh. We are also concluding To Your Eternity relatively soon. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to make anything past episode 20 or if episode 20 will be the last thing that we get. But it's been one hell of a ride. I've definitely enjoyed this show a lot. I think that this last arc that we were in, the Island arc, wasn't exactly as good as the previous arcs, like the March arc or the Gugu arc. But it was still really good. I definitely enjoyed the show a lot, and if you haven't watched To Your Eternity, I definitely recommend it. It's just been one hell of a show. You know, it'll be nice to finally not tune in every single week and feel depressed after watching an episode, so yeah. So the first summer 2021 show we're going to be talking about is Bokutachi no Remake, or Remake Your Life. And this is a slice-of-life show that takes us into the eyes of 28-year-old Hashiba Kyoya, who struggles with his office job and he decides to pursue a career in the video game industry. When it fails, however, he's left unemployed and he starts to think about what his life could have been if he had chosen another path. The dream does come alive though, and he's transported 10 years back suddenly, and he's given a new chance to remake his life. If you've seen Real Life, this is an aged up version where instead of high school, we are in art university. The show is really good so far. I like the direction of where the show is going. I think that the strongest part of the show has to be the characters. It's awesome to see that the roommates were accomplished people in the original timeline. So it's interesting to see how Hashiba has to interact with them as well as navigate his way through the challenges with them and within each episode. And I do like the romance in the show a lot too. It's definitely a nice touch. It's not overpowering in any way. And for anyone asking, I am Team Shinoaki, so what can I say? She's the best girl. The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated is a supernatural comedy about a girl who's the second in command to the Demon King, and she holds incredible power through a big magical crystal. When another magical world comes in and destroys the crystal, the demon world is destroyed, and Jahy then wakes up in the human world with a childlike appearance. In the human world, she now has to deal with everyday problems such as working and paying rent. This show is basically another reverse isekai, much like The Devil is a Part-Timer, and so far it's like about on par with that show. You know, it's been super solid so far. We've only had 4 episodes, so I can't really say too much. But it's interesting to see where the show will go from here, because it's like she goes from ruling to being ruled, and she has to deal with problems that normal people go through every single day, so it's been a good show so far. Kageki Shoujo, also known as Opera Girl, is a slice-of-life drama that follows Narita Ai, who used to be a big shot idol who had to leave because of a controversial incident with a fan, and the eccentric Watanabe Sarasa, who both auditioned for the Koka School of Arts, which is an all-female school teaching the best of the best, and both of these girls have desires to reach the top and become top stage performers. I like the show a lot so far. The most important thing that the show highlights is like issues that people go through in life, which are things like sexual assault, eating disorders, stalking, as well as the concepts of like deceit and jealousy when it comes to a really competitive field such as the show business. Show has a lot of really good characters too. I think my favorite's probably Sarasa because she's so like unique and she's kind of like out of place in most scenarios, which is kind of funny. And I really like her motivation a lot. It's really nice to see. If you haven't started the show, start the show. It's really good so far. Kanojo mo Kanojo, or Girlfriend, is about this guy named Naoya who has a girlfriend who suddenly gets asked out by another girl, but instead of rejecting her, he pulls out the Who Megalol 500 IQ Super Giga Chad move and convinces his girlfriend to take her in as another girlfriend, thus two-timing her, and then they all move in together and Yeah, it's a huge mess. Surprisingly though, this anime is kind of enjoyable. Just make sure that you don't take it seriously. You just turn off your brain cells after you tune into every single episode because, the plot is just so profound, but, the show does a good job of making it work somehow. It's a harem where every single girl wins for the looks of it, and, enjoy it while you can. It's hot trash, but just make sure you enjoy it. Remake is a sports anime that takes us into the eyes of Minato, a water polo prodigy who used to be super insane before an accident put him into a coma for 203 days. When he wakes up, he forgets everything during his middle school journey about water polo, and then he's convinced by some people in his new high school to join the water polo club, and the show follows his journey subsequently. Much like Burning Comedy last season, I think that this show is going to follow the same trend where 12 episodes isn't going to do it justice. I think that sports animes need a lot more time and episodes to flesh out the story, develop its characters, develop the training arc, and then have that big game that these sports animes tend to trend to. So far, it's just fine. I don't think it's going to be as fleshed out as we want it to be, but it'll just be ending up as something that was super solid, but not spectacular. The Aquatope on White Sand is a new original anime by PA Works about this girl named Fuka, who flies to Okinawa from Tokyo after leaving her idol career behind, and she stumbles across this aquarium called the Gama Gama, which is on the verge of closing down. Together, Fuka, as well as the director of the aquarium's granddaughter Kukuru, try to work together to attract more visitors into this unique magical aquarium by the end of the season. I don't see a lot of people hyping this show up. I think that the show is really good so far. The animation is probably the biggest thing that comes with it. It's amazing. It's stunning. I like the characters a lot and the motivations that they have. I like how the story is progressing with the integration of the supernatural kind of element that the aquarium holds. And if you like dramas, you might have a good time and vibe out to this. It might not be for everyone, but I think PA Works is killing it so far, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one adapts. And those are all the shows that I'm watching for the summer 2021 season. Comment down below on what you all are watching, as well as shows that I did not talk about in this video that I should probably go watch. Please be sure that you leave a like, subscribe to this channel if you're brand new, and if you want to keep up with me even more, I do have my own personal YouTube channel, so link will be in the description down below. Please go check out my channel, subscribe to that as well. I am on the road to 1,000 subs, so if you can subscribe to my channel as well, that'll be really helpful. And until then, I will see you all next time for the fall 21-21 season. So until then, take care.